Hi, my name's Amy and I make things. In today's video, I'm making progress. Hang around, let's see what happened. It's time for the weekend update. First, let me say thank you to all of you who encouraged me and left me kind comments, and your words mean so much. I hope you understand what it means to have put that video out there and felt so vulnerable doing it, and for it to be received with such graciousness and open hearts. I really appreciate you guys, and the accountability factor is working. I got my son to help me lay out the 3 quilts that I had blocks for, the baseball quilts, and we laid them out on the kitchen floor and got them all pinned together. And now I have the rows for all 3 quilts sewn together and ready to add horizontal sashing to, which I hopefully will get done today. And I hope to have these 3 tops finished completely and ready to quilt by the end of the week, by next weekend's update. This week I also got all of the background cut and ready for the Peppa Pig quilt. I got this project moved forward. I got it machine quilted, which was a basting technique, so that I can do hand quilting on that. I cast on a pair of socks for my son. For years I've had socks on the needles for Casey, always. It's good car knitting, it's good TV knitting, and he has dozens of pairs of hand knit socks. And now we live in Texas, where it only gets cold for 2 weeks out of the year. But for those 2 weeks, it gets really cold. Anyway, my son loves the hand knit socks. And it occurred to me a few months ago, I was like, Toby, I could knit you socks. He's like, you would knit socks for just me? Of course! So now I knit socks for Toby. I also have all of my sashing, horizontal sashing, and the inner borders cut for the Braves quilts, and I've got my border fabric here. So I got that done. And as leader enders, during piecing all of these rows together in short seams, I got all of these checkerboard quilt blocks finished. I just keep a stack of lights and random, this week it was green, but random squares, and these are 2.5 inches, sitting by I keep those sitting by my sewing machine, and at the beginning and end of seams I just put a light and a dark together, no rhyme or reason, run them through, and then at the end of these I went ahead and sewed them all into blocks, so I can get that put together for our guild charity. That's what I completed this week. What am I going to... That's what I completed this week. And what I'm working on in the coming week is, of course, the baseball quilts and the Peppa Pig quilt. I want to get all of these blocks completed so that it's ready to add the sashing. I want to get all 3 of the Braves quilt tops completed and ready to order backing and quilt. I'm going to back all of the kids' quilts with Minky. Who doesn't love a Minky quilt? I'll continue my hand quilting on this project behind me. I'll continue knitting on Toby's socks. I have a dentist appointment this week. Not looking forward to that, but it'll involve a lot of waiting, so hopefully I'll get a lot of progress made on that. I have 2 more small-ish quilt tops finished that I want to get loaded and quilted and hopefully bound. We'll see how it goes this week. Those are stretch goals. I'll get these green 4-patch squares, these green checkerboard squares, sewed into a baby quilt top, And that green checkerboard quilt will be ready to quilt and add to the pile up at the long arm. As far as new projects go, I have an idea for, there's the glare. I have an idea for little quilts based on some of my favorite artists and their color palettes and their styles. You can see all of my notes and markers in the book, and I'll pull fabric for at least a few of those this week. Depending on how the week goes, there may be a bonus project or two in next weekend's update. As I said before, my main focus are these quilts for the kids, so I'm going to work on those first and get as much as I can completed there. Everything else is strictly that. It's just a bonus until these are completed and in the hands of my little huggable nieces and nephews. Those are my accomplishments for this week and my plans for the coming week. Let me know what you have on your docket, what you're working on, and what you've accomplished in the past several weeks. I'd love to know. I'd love to talk about it. Leave me a comment below. I hope you tune in next week to see where I am with the kids' quilts and all the other things. I hope you'll like and subscribe and share with your friends. Mostly, I hope you don't forget that you make the world beautiful just by being in it. I'm Amy, and I'll see you next time.